trailer. So, you know, I pay taxes. What do I pay taxes for if it's his business? You know, it's like you can't win in it. It's a catch-22. Yeah, I see there's no stopping it if it continues that way. So the city, I don't know why they won't take it on, but I think if there's a number of people who will speak out about it for trailer park people, that it might change, and hopefully it will, because on Range Road where I live, there's 4 trailer courts right now, 1 multiple new residential area going in. So it's the highest density place in all of Whitehorse, I believe, and they're still looking at doing Whistle Bend down the road from that. And the road is in terrible condition too. So, I mean, we're talking about a lot of people in that one area, and we're all under the same problem, basically, except for one privately owned trailer court that I know of, that people have their own property and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be, he can do whatever he feels like there, as far as I'm concerned. It should be changed. And I don't know how to make that change. I've been asking, but I don't know where to go and what to do. So maybe somebody here can help.
All right, thank you very much. The last speaker, please.
Well, on what you just said about why not get everybody to work together on this. Remember, we are humans. There's greedy people who like to make money off the poor. There is people who don't really care about the small people. We have to remember there is people out there who don't give whatever. And that is the biggest roadblock for any type of healing here, is those people who don't care. And that's what I'm seeing here. We have one wonderful idea and this and that. Is convince people this is a good idea. Let what my mom, the president of the United States is doing. He stepped on his foot and said, "I'm going to give health care." The health care right now may have some flaws, but he stood up. He made a lot of people mad. Did something. You say, if you don't care, we're going to do it. I'm tired to see famous people there, say, I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it. Because I have some kind of pride, or I run up this way to snub people. He say, I'm going to get it done. And this is why a lot of people like him, because he got this done. It may not be the best plan, but it's just like, if we try these plans here we have, there's going to be a lot of people who say, I don't like it. I'm not going to get my tax-paid money. They seem beyond the reason why. And that's basically our fault, and mostly they actually having to wake up, smell the coffee, or be free, or free-minded. These clone-minded people is the biggest today stopping everything, because they don't care. They are greedy. They don't care how the building is to rent in, and so forth. At times I complain. They don't listen. You have to get someone else, too. A lot of more people. But it's just like, if you look at us as humans here, and why some people care and don't care. What we need is more people who care. And that's the biggest goal here. No matter what we're going to talk today, we need people who care. And less of those greedy people and selfish people who use us. That's what I want to say, because it's just down to that. It's our basic human being type of thing. It's going to be not this generation, maybe a couple, but at least why not? The right track. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we're just near the end. I would just wanted to thank the panel for their assistance to Judge Marion Willer Bennett's presentation. I think it just demonstrates a significant aspect of one part of some of the challenges, the social challenges as a result of poverty, and where some of our people end up at times, and just being able to look at how the systems and the policies are structured to look at how they deal with those individuals, and looking at some of the creative things that, as mentioned, that have been done to be able to help those individuals that are, like as mentioned, also entrenched in these systems. And so I think it's really significant. Just to close off, I think it's really, and I believe that, as it was mentioned, was healing plans, or like recovery plans, life plans, education plans. These are all make up a critical part of our people in our communities, our families. You know, we often ask our kids when they're not even old enough to think about university what they would like to be, so that we can begin to help them to formulate some of their thinking around where they see themselves being at. You know, if they want to be doctors, well, we have some information that we know about what it takes to be a doctor, so we begin to apply some of that conversation to their rearing, child rearing, and so those kinds of things we do naturally. And so as part of what we're talking about here today, in some ways it brings about that natural discussion that we need to have amongst ourselves about what are we going to actually do to change the ways some people view the way they gain their wealth or gain their income, or build an economy for themselves. And to be able to come away with it, still respecting their views, but also being able to have an opportunity to share ours. You know, I look at just the whole process of the community courts, the court that you have structured, actually being able to have an ability to remove the formalities of the court system, so that, because when you come into a courtroom, it's for those of you that have been in courtrooms, it's very structured, very almost sterilized to the point, you know, and looking at it from that perspective and coming into that, it's really intimidating, can be intimidating. And when you're looking up at the judge, it's really a vulnerable position to be in. So from that perspective, looking at just the ability to be able to change those formalities really is a subtle change, but yet it's a significant difference in terms of looking at how they feel like they're being dealt with, and how they're essentially being helped. And so part of what is much of what's been talked about today is about inspiration, about how do we embrace this inspiration of the work that has been done, the insights that have been gained, that have been shared by the panels. How do we embrace that inspiration so that we make it a part of what we do in our work positions, or in our daily lives, and whatever it might be? And how do we begin to bring about that change that's necessary to be able to help to bring about how we look at including and being more inclusive in terms of the things that we are doing? I have I believe that as mentioned, our work's about advocacy at the Assembly of First Nations. We see ourselves being as advocates for communities and for First Nation governments, and as for others as well. And much of what we're doing here today is we're, like, as you mentioned, you were an advocate. You took on the role of advocate, and I think that's necessary at times. We have to be able to shift into those roles and be able to play those roles, take the leadership on that. And by doing that, you create an example for others to follow. And I think those are the significant things that are necessary to have in place. And as a part of that, I believe, the people that really need to be hearing this conversation are the ones that are not here. But that's not necessarily what our focus should be. Our focus is that the people that need to be here today are here today. And the ability to be able to bring about the change is going to happen with the work and the thoughts and the thinking, and to be able to have an opportunity to share with one another. That's what's going to help us a lot. And I believe that's what it's going to take. And I really want to take this opportunity to thank you once again, and to thank you all for taking this time. So we have a break for 15 minutes, eh? Presentations. Thank you very much.